That's a good question. Many African countries are less than fully accountable for the receipts their governments get from revenues. And Kenya is no exception in that regard. I will say, though, that there are relatively few parks and relatively few animals that generate the kind of visitor attention that Tsavo, with its the largest population of elephants in Kenya, a huge and famous population of lions, many other wildlife things to see there. Kenya's Tsavo National Park needs to support a half a dozen or a dozen others that hardly see any visitors at all. But more than that, the money that KWS takes in, the Kenya Wildlife Service, which manages both parks and wildlife, goes to support schools, it goes to support all sorts of other government programs that taxation of such incredibly poor people simply won't cover. And so the government's in a position where it's got to use whatever resources it has at its disposal. And tourism being a huge segment of the capital, especially the foreign capital that Kenya receives, it's using that money to provide better roads and schools and governance for its people. And as you, I think, very astutely point out, it's not all going back to the parks and making them safe from poachers and safe from incursions. Something about Kenya that frustrated me initially, I did my graduate work out in New Mexico, and there's a lot of federal land there, and grazers have allotments and contracts with the federal government and easements that allow them to use federal lands. But if you take your cows into a national forest, it's $75 per cow is the fine for trespass. And the second time, the government just confiscates them. And I thought, that would solve the problem of encroachment in Kenyan parks in a hurry. But, it's hard to imagine the importance of cattle in the lives of African pastoralists. Cattle is status, cattle is the bank account, cattle is how you recognize your in-laws at the time you get married. It's not like you're really buying a bride, but you're compensating your in-laws' family for the loss of their daughter by pulling her into your family. Cows are everything to these pastoralists. And so it's really not a commodity. Derek Joubert, a videographer from Botswana, who's done things like The Relentless Enemies and a lot of great movies, asked me if you